Now we'll talk about salt. A salt is a compound formed when the hydrogen of an acid is replaced by a metal. As I told, your acid will react with base to form salt and water. Your magnesium and hydrochloric acid, which forms your salt and hydrogen. And your sodium hydroxide reacts with your nitric acid to form your sodium nitrate and water. If we talk about salt, these are the major salts available and most of the people are using it. You can see your hydrochloric acid with the zinc nitrate will form zinc chloride and water. Two types of salts available, one is soluble and insoluble. If we talk about solubility of a salt, it separates a salt from a mixture of salts. Maybe preparing a salt sample or identifying the cations. If we talk about the general guidelines for solubility of salt, the following are the general guidelines. With all alkali metal it is soluble, with all nitrates it is soluble, with all chlorides except the two it is soluble, all sulfates except these three is soluble, and if we talk about insolubleness, all the carbonates except the specified is insoluble. If you talk about neutralization reaction, what do you mean neutralization reaction? It's a reaction of an acid with a base to produce a salt. So your sodium hydroxide is here, which reacts with your HCl to form your sodium chloride and water. That's referred to as neutralization reaction. If you talk about the salt creation, how we can make it out? Reacting an acid with metal will give you salt and hydrogen. Reaction with the acid and base will provide you salt and water. Reaction with acid and carbonate will give you salt, water and carbon dioxide. Acid with alkali will provide you salt and water. So this is how you are able to create salts. If we talk about the soluble salts, it can be done using by titration and also by filtration process. What do you mean titration? Reaction of your acid with alkali will give you salt and water that can be done by titration process. The remaining steps like reaction of your metal with acid, metal carbonate with acid and metal oxide with acid is considered as filtration process. We'll talk about the first method of acid with metal. As I told, you got your acid which will react with the metal to form your salt and hydrogen. You can see a typical example, HCl, which reacts with magnesium to form magnesium chloride and your water. Sorry, it's hydrogen.